Yo chat, in this video we are going to be merging Stereo Madness and Back on Track together. So for that, obviously the first thing that we're gonna have to do is to put all the colors. We're gonna have to put the colors of Back on Track. I have them all saved so I can just remove all of these color triggers. And now I can go ahead and put in all of my Back on Track colors. And there we go, here I have all of my Back on Track colors. So the only problem is that it starts blue, so we have to change that. Yeah, that looks like Back on Track, right? That looks like Back on Track. This looks so much like Back on Track already. Oh, and it's almost perfect here with the transition. It's all nice. It's a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. Okay, look, it looks like Back on Track now. But what we need to do is now we need to add some Back on Track gimmicks. Like a lot of jump pads. So let's see, where can we put a jump pad? Oh, I think we can definitely put a jump pad here. So I think we can just go here. Let's put down a jump pad. Let's put down a start position. Let's see.
Nope.
Oh, doesn't reach. Yeah, that's a big problem. So we might just have to copy this. That should work now. Ooh, that doesn't work. Let's just put it here so that it's like how it was before. But let's simply just move this one block there. Then let's remove these blocks. And then, yeah, look at this OP strat. Yeah, you see, there we go. We got a jump pad. We got a jump pad in Stereo Madness. Okay, so now we just need to know where to add some more. Let's see. Oh, there should definitely be a jump pad there. There should be jump pads everywhere, just like Back on Track. Something like this, more or less. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. And there should also be, there's no need for one here. Oh yeah, we also need to put the Back on Track coin, since we're merging them. Obviously, we're merging Back on Track and Stereo Madness. We need to put a Back on Track sort of coin. Yeah, like something there, like that. So let's remove one of the coins. That's very Stereo Madness iconic. Wait, no, the most Stereo Madness iconic is this one. You cannot have that. It is all Back on Track. This is supposed to be combining Stereo Madness and Back on Track. And as you have guessed, I'm using Stereo Madness for the base template and just adding Back on Track things to it. So that basically what I achieve is that I combine the two levels. There we go, perfect. So therefore we can add a very Back on Track style coin in here. I think it's better if we just put it there, since like in Back on Track it's like thick. So I think we can make this a chunky boy. Let me just do it real quick. Yeah, now that's a big chunky boy. I'm just gonna get these ones and I'm just gonna replace them with one of these double ones so that it appears like that. That's a very neat pro tip. And then we can just slide the coin in there. I think since it's supposed to be like Back on Track, I think we should duplicate this. Yeah, that's perfect. That's very Back on Track. What else can we add to make it more Back on Track? Well, we obviously need more jump pads. Where could we ever put a jump pad? I think we could put a jump pad. I think we could put a jump pad here and then move the spikes. Look what I mean. Like something like that, and then we get these spikes, and then we just move them out of the way, and then we just put it like that. So then if you do this, you die. But you have to land on the jump pad and then you survive peacefully like that. Yeah, I think that's a good jump pad right there, the triple spike. Oh, we're making it Back on Track and we're combining them. And Back on Track really doesn't have any triple spikes. So, guess since we're combining Back on Track and Stereo Madness, we have to, sadly, or happily for a few of you, remove the triple spike. This looks like a very poltergeisty thing, although it's actually not. A jump pad is praying to be here. Let's see a jump pad there. What does it do? Okay, right through the hole. That's not good. We could maybe do one of those Back on Track things where it like has a jump pad right here and it does like a double jump pad. One of those double jump pad actions, like maybe something like this. Yeah, that's perfect. That looks very much like Back on Track. Stick around to the end of the video to see the final product. I don't think we should be adding so many jump pads. Actually, you know what? We should change this whole ship part. Yeah, let's remove this coin and let's just delete the whole ship part. Let's just copy paste the ship part from Back on Track. There's really not much needed here. Yeah, so I can just put it right. Ooh, it's very small. Oh, that's smaller than I expected actually. I expected something bigger. I guess we can bring in the other section too. Let's see if this matches perfectly. No. Block and a half below. Ooh, it's perfect matchup. Yes, let's go. That's the back on track ship that I know. It's not really something that I wanted to do, but like, it's too perfect. I think it's too perfect to not include. So I think we can make this part ourselves. Then we get these, we put them here. And there we go, we have a long corridor. I think with this long corridor, yeah, let's do the back on track thing, but let's make it a little easier. Since we're also merging it in equal parts with Stereo Madness, you cannot forget that. We're merging them on equal parts. I think that's decent. Let's see the ship part. Yeah, that the ship part is like, it's almost an exact replica of Back on Track. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a combined version. Yeah, this part is very similar. It's not the same. It's more Stereo Madnessy. Yeah, like it's a combination. Like that's exactly what I've been trying to do. Combination between Stereo Madness and Back on Track. Oh yeah, look at that Back on Track essence right there. This looks like Back on Track to me. Like you can't tell me anything. Well, yes, I know this is obviously Stereo Madness. You can obviously recognize that coin, but like since it's normally, oh, that's a triple spike that we need to remove because in Back on Track there are no triple spikes. We can also make it bigger. Yeah. You know what? Now that we're at it, let's just put two of them. One of them would be too easy. Let me see the difficulty on that. It must be extremely easy because it's a combination between. I have said that way too many times. I'm not gonna repeat it, but you get the point. Yeah, that's perfect. And you can still clearly see it's Stereo Madness. Pass onto the ship. There's no third coin. You just do it normally like a normal person. I have never experienced this. Like I always go for the third coin. We rarely experience this. And Back on Track has like that last cube section that is more like this. So what we should have done is like demolish this and let this be the end. But it still has some Stereo Madness essence. To sell out the final point, let's just put a jump pad there. Let's just make this section a bit like this so that you actually touch the pad. So on the ship, let's see if it forces us to take the pad. It's like optional, you don't have to touch it, it's just to sell away the gimmick. Yeah, you bump your, that's utterly stupid. No, we have to move it. This has to work. This has to work. Yeah, let's go. That worked. Yeah, then that could just be the end. I think that is enough. So I think we could roll in the final showcase. Let's go. First try.